Hello and welcome back to another Steel Aces video. Now it's been a month since my last one, but this was the most recent playtest after that one. Now as you can see, the ping is really not ideal. For a game that's in its early testing phase, I don't think it's that big of a deal breaker. Since the last patch there has been a handful of updates, some of them that I remember including smaller map sizes for lower tier tanks and also NPC agents. Now I haven't really seen the NPC agents yet, this is my first game within the match, but I will put a picture of all of the new updates on the screen right now so you can look for yourself. But yeah, we will be rolling out in the PZIIA, and since this is tier 1, you will be able to see experience from these lower tiers as I move up. So yeah, now I'm running on medium settings because this game isn't really well optimized to say the least, so even with a decent graphics card, can't really run over maybe 70 frames. Now we're going to catch this R35 in PZ with his pants down and start destroying him. Now, the damage physics in this game feel relatively satisfying. I mean, the shakes are sometimes annoying when you get hit, but at the same time, I can't really find anything to specifically criticize. Okay, so now this R35 spins around, we can start hitting him. Okay, so enemy has 2 more tanks, and hopefully we don't die. Now the problem with this ping is even though I want to move quickly to try escape, it kind of prohibits me. So most of the time it's just better to continue fighting and deal as much damage as you can before you end up inevitably dying. Now I'm not sure if we can kill this PZ. Okay, unfortunately we can't, but now again, it's kind of this ping that's messing me up. Okay, look at our ping. Now I installed some software and our ping has gone from 200s to 164s, and to be honest, I don't really feel that much difference. It kind of feels like the same game. Look at our turret right now. What is happening? What is happening to our turret? Okay, so you can see one of the updates in this game since the last patch, which is that this map is way smaller. So since we're playing in tier 1, the new patch has made it so map is restricted to a specific spot, or like a smaller spot compared to the whole map, and I think this change is pretty decent, I guess. And somehow we don't penetrate the side of that E3, not sure how, but okay, our ping has gone up again and my $5 has gone to waste, but we can try and make this work. Okay, so I'm gonna help our PZA because it seems like he's having a bit of trouble, but somehow our shots are completely missing his side, and then we can try side scraping. This ping is making it really hard. Okay, so let's see if we can kill this PZ. Okay, nice, 1 shot, 2 shots. Who is this? No damage too. Can we hit his lower plate? Okay, nice. We're just gonna keep aiming for his lower plate, but unfortunately we get blocked. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try play behind our teammate. Okay. There's no armor indicators in this game, at least like, I mean, with the reticle, like World of Tanks, where if you aim at a spot that's penetrable, it's green, and if not, it's red. So we just have to kind of use common sense to decide where to shoot. The cupola's pretty much always the weak spot, and Now we're gonna start hitting this E1. Now, who is that guy from machine gun? That guy literally got absolutely obliterated by whoever that was. But enemies are trying... What? Is he still alive? What? I thought he was dead. Anyways, we end him now. And let's see if we can get a crossfire between PZA. And our E3 is dying. And it's only me and this T60. So we've got to be really careful. Maybe we can get a shot on this side. Okay. No, we don't. Maybe it's the ping. I don't know. But our bullets aren't hitting. Or our shells, I mean. Is there a way to see shell velocity? Okay, so 762 meters per second is not that bad, but it doesn't really hit. I'm not sure if our T60 is a bot. I guess me and our friend over here will try go for capturing the base to win the game. And I kinda like these water graphics. But our base is getting captured too. If we capture if both of us capture the base, then I think we might be fine. There's no indicator to see how many people are capturing the other base. So as far as I know, they could have one enemy coming over right now. But we're capturing quicker, so I think it's only one person. And that's pretty good, because that means both of us can team on whoever tries to stop our capture. However, at the same time, that if our capture gets stopped since we get shot, if the mechanics are the same as World of Tanks, then they're gonna outcap us. But at this point, I actually think they both might be bots. Is there any way to check? I remember there's like a hotkey to see a leaderboard, but I'm just button mashing at this point. Yeah, there's no leaderboard for some reason. I will go and see what it is, and then we can use it next game. But okay, wow, this graphic is actually really nice. Anyways, we somehow won that game. I think we probably have less health than the enemy, and they could have beat us if they managed to push. But yeah, that game was way better than our old one, and we have a victory. Okay, so now we will go on to our next game, where I will choose a higher tier tank. So yeah, now next game now. I think this map looks different from the ones we played last test. I don't remember there being snow, but I don't know, it might just be my memory that's messing up. But yeah, I don't remember snow. Now, as far as this map goes, holy lag. I think the smaller map change might have applied to here as well. I'm not sure. But anyways, I switched over to the VK65, which is a tier 5, because to be frank, I think you guys would enjoy me playing higher tiers quicker compared to playing tier 1, 2, 3, and all of those low tiers. So we can actually get to the cool tanks soon. Anyways, we get the 4 ammo assortment. If Stug wants to try kill us, he pushes out of nowhere. We block his shot, and I think we aim for his cupola maybe. Okay, that miss was very bad, and we are now getting shot by the enemy team, but fortunately we block his shot. I think we just aim for his lower plate. No, for some reason we're just blocking each other's shots somehow. I think we're both aiming for each other's lower plates. And 157 damage. I'm gonna aim for his cupola. Okay, unfortunately it doesn't work. Okay, so I think there's an armor inspector, but I haven't got around to using it. Now, this reticle's lack of armor penetration indicator is kind of making this game really hard. I'm not sure where we're supposed to aim. Like, we aimed at lower plate and it didn't penetrate. We aimed at the top of his tank, it didn't penetrate either. I don't know. So we're gonna quickly go into our next match, and hopefully that goes better. We are now in our next game in desert map. with the same tank as the one that we played prior. So I've managed to get our ping to 169, which is a nice number, but I'm not sure why it's stuck on that. I don't really... I mean, I think it's a bit better, but yeah, let's see how we can turn this game into a win. Now, I haven't taken a look at these different ammos. I know this is high explosive and stuff, but I think we just choose the one with the highest penetration, which is this APCR. Okay, so I think to actually know what ammos to use, you probably need to have a at least foundational understanding of how this armor system and penetration system works, but I haven't bothered to get into that yet. So I think we might be struggling more than we have to. Anyways, let's camp the spot, maybe play hold down. And I've got to say, this movement feels really clunky. Like I don't know if I've said it before, but just to reiterate, this movement feels really clunky. Now maybe we can get a shot on this KV1. Don't know if we're gonna get spotted with this realism in this game and stuff. I don't think we will be spotted if they're not in our line of sight, but again, I might be wrong. I think we push with this SU-122 and support him. So two of our teammates are on mountain, I don't know, but up there, whilst two of the other ones over there. And maybe this SU-122 wants to go for a direct cap, or we can flank around to help our other teammates. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna flank around to our other teammates. We have a view on this A34. No, don't block me. Oh my. Okay. So we could have gotten at least 2 shots from that if this guy hadn't blocked us, but now we spot him and can get some shots in. Okay, nice. We get the kill at least. I'm gonna stick with APCR for now. I don't know if there's like a damage compensation that means we lose damage by using APCR, but like, yeah, moderate damage. I think moderate damage is better than doing high damage but not managing to penetrate. So I've accessed that trade-off and decided we will be playing with this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, what is this movement now? Okay, so this movement is really weird as well. If you press D, then you move left. If you press A, then you move right. What? Okay, for a second I thought my S key suddenly turned into my W key, but somehow we don't manage to ram this sand house down. What? Even a shot can't break it. And this is not looking good. Honestly, I think this game has had a bit of a glow down compared to last playtest. And we're still winning, so I mean that's a good thing at least, but very, very weird. As soon as you hit your tank into even a structure as weak as this, it's like, better spend 10 seconds reversing slowly, and yeah. Just follow our SU-122. And this is where this physics kind of gets annoying, because now we can't climb up this hill quickly. I mean, at the same time, why are we even going this way? There's one enemy there, I think, from what we've spotted last, but our teammates are still over there fighting, so I think we're gonna advance towards the enemy. Okay, I think we're gonna advance towards the enemy base or at least help out our teammate over there. Okay, so one of them have died, and this KV-1 seems to be on a rampage. Okay, so our turret's tweaking out again. And let's see what we can do. Now, these consumables have been here since last playtest as well. First aid kit for crew and a repair kit as well for modules. There's no health healing in this game. And yeah. Let's go out and help our team. It seems like the rest of the enemy team is on that side. Okay, we should be able to make up this hill. Okay, yeah, we do end up making it up. But we have to help our teammates quickly. Otherwise, we're going to be facing 3 enemies with a full health KV-1E. Don't know what's the difference between that and a normal KV-1, but yeah, let's go and see. I mean, KV-1E, I think it's a heavy as well. Now, how are we going to get up this hill? Is one of our teammates capturing the enemy base now? Don't think so. Okay, no, it's out of our view range, so we can't really tell. Don't know. Okay, our SU is still over there, but our teammate managed to die, so we're gonna have to play really careful. I mean, we're still on full health, but there's 3 of them against the 1 of us, and that is not looking good. Maybe we can go for capturing their base, but if the enemies are smart, they're probably gonna be heading towards our base, and we're not gonna end up capturing theirs. Okay, so we're unfortunately the last person alive. To play really careful here. Even though the supposedly map size changes, this map is still absolutely gigantic. Okay, we're gonna go for this A34. Okay, fortunately 1 shot is enough to kill him. His KV-1 is reversing towards us, so his mobility is gonna be restricted, but he's probably gonna be facing towards us, and it's gonna be heavy tank versus heavy tank. Okay, what? Okay, for a second I got confused on who that was. But there's no extra zoom like in World of Tanks as well, so assessing your terrain's relatively annoying compared to there, but I do get that this game focuses on realism. Okay, good. We get a side-on view of that KV-1. Can probably do a fair amount of damage. He misses his shot as well, but how allied base is getting captured right now? I think he's trying to side scrape, and clearly it's working, but I don't know where we can penetrate him. I guess we'll just go for that same spot every single time. And yep, lower plate works as well. Okay, he shoots as well. Okay, so turret is a no-go. This guy's aim is absolutely horrible, but our shots aren't doing any damage either, so okay, I'm just gonna risk getting shot. What is it? Is this like something to do with realism or something? I'm not sure why our vehicle is turning so weirdly. I'm literally pressing the A key and it's turning right for some reason. So I'm not sure what's happening over there, but just kind of blew our chance to make it back to the base in time now. Okay, so we can try get back to base, although I doubt that we're gonna make it, although we're obviously gonna try. I'm not gonna just stick here in the same spot and stay the whole game. Might be a small chance. I'm not really familiar with it. Okay, so KV-1 manages to pop up right now. The worst possible time when he's literally a one-shot. Probably should have gone back to capture our base with him, but hey, I'm not complaining. Okay, I think we do not have a chance anymore. If this was low tier, this map would have been way smaller. So I've just read it and it's been updated to only take up the space of the village, so we probably could have won in this scenario if that map was smaller, but at the same time we're tier 5 and we don't get those low tier benefits anymore, which makes sense, I guess. So unfortunately we lose, but this match we kind of saw how annoying this movement is. I'm not sure if it's intended or if it's a bug on my end. Anyways, we are once again in another match now. I've chosen tier 10 since that's the tier that everyone's queuing in, and considering there's only around maybe 10 people at max that's playing this test right now, it's kind of the only tier that I'll manage to find the game in. And it's kind of unfortunate since now we can't test any of the lower tier tanks, but I mean, seeing as this video is about to end anyways, I guess I'll just show you top tier matchmaking. Probably more fun anyways, at least that's what I think. But honestly, this game looks pretty decent at the moment. I mean, there's a bunch of bugs, like even that movement issue that we faced earlier was a well-known bug apparently too, so can't just say that this game's bad because of bugs, but it's not really sure how to conclude my feelings about this game. I mean, for one, movement is a bit clunky. Gets better at top tiers, but considering how there'll probably be a grind to some extent when the game releases, this movement just kinda isn't acceptable. And optimization, I mean, my graphics card runs World of Tanks and War Thunder high graphics, no problem at 150 FPS, but I have to stick with medium here, so that's something I'm really looking forward to, optimization. So I think I'll just skip this scene where we go up this hill and just continue when we actually meet enemies, so I'll see you then. Okay, so we are now at the front lines, so I'm gonna try kill this IS-3. I don't know how accurate this gun. Okay, this gun's really accurate. Literally pinpoint accuracy. But let's push towards the enemy. We're losing right now. I don't know from where now. Problem is there's like no instant spotting, but that makes things a bit more realistic, I guess. Now I'm gonna follow this IS. Okay, now this AD bug is still here. Apparently it's something to do with reverse gears or something, so like the controls are inverted, but now that we know, we don't have to suffer as much as that earlier game on desert. So what I'm gonna do is start heading back to base now. You can see that this IS-3M is also having a bit of difficulty, and for some reason colliding onto these tanks gives us the vehicle destroyed icon as if we just killed them. Too bad it doesn't count towards our kills, but let's help boost this IS-3M. Now this battle is going really slow paced, but I guess that's the compromise when you play with super heavies, and our whole team plays with super heavies. Now we see that this IS-3M, I'm not sure why we have HE on, but we gotta quickly reload. 12 seconds, not that bad. Better penetrate than not penetrate at all. Okay, so if this IS-3M shoots, then we should be taking 0 damage. Okay, so we deal maybe 400 or so, no, 500 damage onto him. He's trying to run away, but suddenly our mouse speeds up and we kind of match similar speeds to him. Now I think some enemies are gonna like suddenly pop out of nowhere. Nice. That was so satisfying. And let's go for this M103. So 2 seconds of reload before we absolutely wrapped carnage on it. Okay, 500, not bad. Our base is getting captured and I can't move again. Okay, our tank is like sliding or something. We're gonna have to hold A to move right. There's 2 more enemy tanks. And now we're gonna have to make our way over there, but I think we can just take this hill and speed up a bit. Okay, unfortunately we get our base captured by the enemy again. So this is actually really annoying. We've lost maybe 2 battles already to this. We can't even do anything because our tanks are so immobile and the maps are so gigantic. So I'm gonna show you this armor tool for a bit. It's a really valuable tool considering you can't view armor statistics in games and you don't get like an indicator that indicates what penetration value there is or even if it will penetrate or not. So you don't get that green, orange, red marker as you would in World of Tanks. But here in this armor inspector you can see that you can choose your tank that you select with, and traditional weak spots that exist in other games do not apply here. Like in lower plates, it should be penetrating if you were playing World of Tanks, but here is 0%. I think the main thing that made this session feel not as satisfying was like all of the bugs that persisted, like the mouse being stuck in terrain and tanks just feeling heavy, especially heavy tanks. Like it is really annoying to just watch an enemy capture your base from 0 to 100 and you can't even get to them even when you're holding W towards your base for of the full time period that they were capturing. And the maps are just big combined with the slowness of the tanks. It just makes things really annoying. Like you know you can't do anything when you're literally fully capable of fighting, but your mobility just limits you. So unlike War Thunder, where you at least get an arcade mode to learn the armor statistics and penetration points of every tank since they carry over to realistic as well, in this game you don't really get the benefit of doing that. So you kind of just have to rely on the armor indicator in game after battle, and even then like it just makes things way more frustrating. Like I can tell that a large group of people would rather like this as it aligns with their philosophy of realism, but for other people it's just gonna be like a, I don't know, how do you say, like it's gonna be kind of an obstacle for other players. It's gonna make learning the ropes of the game far harder than it could be. But I mean, that's not inherently a problem. The game itself is decently fun. If all of the bugs are squashed, then I can see how this game could actually become enjoyable, because right now the main aspects that are, at least in my experience, ruining the game are the bugs, like the movement heaviness, not being able to move gracefully, and like even with the mouse, as we saw, getting stuck on terrain or whatever. These issues combined just makes the game not really fun, like especially with the armor analytics tools and like armor physics. I can spend 5 minutes looking at the armor analytics for a specific tank and then load into a battle and not even be able to hit a single penetrating shot that's not down to like complete luck. So like all of these complex armor calculations and stuff just makes like things inconsistent and the game way harder. So this makes many vehicles, especially high tiered, just literally invincible. So this is one point that I'm interested to see how the developers respond to, because even if you take another realistic mainstream tank game like say War Thunder, they still have an arcade mode and they have real-time armor feedback, so you can see in real time just by aiming whether a spot is a weak spot or whether a spot doesn't penetrate, and then you can literally transfer your knowledge directly to realistic battles and then still have that experience of realism. So that's one thing that I think is missing from this game, which is an easier way to learn like how penetration and armor and all of that stuff works to make sure you can actually deal damage in a game, besides shooting 5 shells and not penetrating one when you've literally seen that that spot would have penetrated on paper in the armor analytics tool. Now I just feel like this armor analytics tool doesn't really transfer like significantly between real games, which just makes things really annoying, because this game, focused on realism, uses different mechanics of armor and shell penetration compared to other games, and it's kind of hard to adapt when there's so many factors in play that decide whether you penetrate or don't, without much of a instant feedback loop. I mean, there are feedback loops, but just not sufficient enough feedback loops and not accurate enough feedback loops. So whilst I think this game has potential, at the moment things aren't really looking that good. So yeah, let me know what your opinions are, but I'll make an update next playtest, and yeah, see you until then.